I never thought I would be in love. Kasuni? An ordinary girl like me? But I did. I did fall in love, and it was blissful. And then he broke my trust. It was all my fault. As a 16-year-old girl in Kandy, my life revolved around family, school, friends, and boys, the latter being the most interesting subject. And then, standing at the same bus halt as me every evening, I met this guy. I was getting home after tuition classes, and he was getting home after work at a shop in town. He was a few years older to me, but his maturity and sense of humor piqued my interest. We soon became close friends and carried on in secret. He wanted us to be more than friends and wanted to get physical. I was scared, but he promised me that this was all part of being in a relationship. He kept insisting, increasingly becoming persistent and angry. But I was still just not ready. I should have ended it. But I was in love and chose to hope. My hopes were soon shattered. While standing at the bus halt one evening with him, he brought up the subject again and started hurling despicable filth at me. I had never heard such foul words. I started to cry. And that's when he slapped me, right across my face in the middle of town. He grabbed my hand and pushed me into a tuk-tuk parked close by. I kept asking him where we were going, but all I got was silence. I was too scared to shout or make a scene. He took me to a dodgy hotel. I begged him to stop. It was all my fault. It was a big blur after that. He pushed me into a room and started to immediately take my clothes off. I tried to stop him, but he kept asking me if I loved him. I begged him again and again to stop. That's when he started to hit me. Hard. And then I felt him towering over me and unzipping his pants. I lost consciousness. When I woke up again, he was gone. I ran as fast as I could. I ran until I could no more. For my luck, a friendly tuk driver from our village passed by and asked if I needed to get home. My parents were furious when I got home. They shouted at me for putting myself in that situation. They refused to listen to my pain. It was all my fault. I had brought shame to the family, and I was asked to leave and never come back. That's when I found out about the women's shelter run by the Women's Development Center in Kandy. They promised to look after me. They assured me that this was not my fault. I soon found out that I was pregnant. There were 15 other girls pregnant just like me. We spent our days helping out with daily chores and learning new skills. Months went by. With the COVID-19 situation in Sri Lanka, and when curfew was imposed, things got tough for us. The matrons found it difficult to get dry rations as income and funding became less. There were 18 girls with newborn babies. We were running out of infant formula, sanitary napkins, and other essentials for the 62 of us at our safe shelter. My friend had labor pains during this time, and the matron had to rush her to the hospital in an ambulance during curfew. A matron always accompanies one of us, but since she didn't have a curfew pass, she had no way of getting back to the shelter. We were worried for her. Because of the curfew, some of the families that visit weekly haven't been able to do so. So we've been relying on just phone calls to stay in touch. This has really helped everyone during this hard time. We even celebrated Aurudu in a small way and made Vesak Kudus. It's a difficult time, and we need more support to keep the home running for all of us girls. I keep wondering if there are more girls like me out there, scared, hurt, and feeling all alone. I just wish I could tell them one thing. It was not our fault. It never was. Please seek help when you need to. Help is just a call away. Call 1938, the National 24-hour helpline for women.